Thank you for joining us for part 4 of the video series, Sources of Support, Exploring Resources for Postpartum Depression. Today, we're highlighting maternal mental health professionals who are important supporters for women experiencing symptoms of PPD. The speakers joining me are WIC providers who work with women and babies with a special focus on nutrition. Kimberly Coons is a registered dietitian and certified lactation counselor. On a daily basis, she screens for depression as part of a complete nutrition assessment for prenatal and postpartum women. We also welcome Laura Robinson, an international board certified lactation consultant. After her personal experience with PPD, she began to focus on maternal mental health issues, letting women know that they are not alone and it's okay to ask for help. And Jenny Smith is a registered dietitian and works as a nutritionist with WIC. She has focused on women with PPD for over the past decade. Thank you all for joining us today. Kimberly, I'd like to start with you. Tell us what a WIC counselor does.
Thank you so much for having me. A health professional or a dietitian will meet with women one-on-one for counseling. We'll help you meet your needs and tailor your needs. We'll review a health assessment form, which screens for mental health and refer to other health and social service agencies as needed. There's a lot of great resources in our area. Specifically, we like to refer to Thrive, which is the community resource connector too.
And Laura, I know there's a wide range of services and they do tend to vary by region, but if you could just tell us more about the types of services that WIC providers typically provide.
Yeah, WIC provides a wide range of services that include nutrition education, breastfeeding support from peer counselors. So you have that peer-on-peer support, but then also from professionals such as certified lactation specialists, international board certified lactation counselors. We do referrals to community service for better support for typically for that family, and that's going to be, designed to their community and for those family needs. But, WIC really aims to provide a genuine personalized care for each family, and it's designed to safeguard the health of the women, infants, and children up to age 5 that may be at nutritional risks.
And as you provide that personalized support, I know that's something all of you focus on is meeting women and families where they're at. So Jenny, I was hoping you could tell us more about how you do that and why it's so important.
A lot of people are aware of WIC services, but they may not be aware of all the flexibilities we now have regarding appointments. Most states across the country can now offer virtual appointments and also phone appointments if the necessary information is sent into the office. This is especially important for our moms who may have transportation concerns, work hour conflicts, or perhaps mobility is limited related to a recent C-section. WIC is all about meeting the participants where they're at to ensure the best possible outcome for the family.
And you're all spending time with women at what could be a vulnerable, very delicate stage as they're about to give birth or after they've given birth. So Laura, if a woman is feeling anxious or depressed after having a baby, how can a WIC provider make a difference for her?
Well, here in the Chickasaw Nation WIC program, we really work as a team to help these women and their families out, whatever that family may look like. And so we have peer counselors that do 24/7 breastfeeding support, and they reach all prenatal women. So when these women have had their baby or around their due date of when they should have had their baby, our peer counselors reach out by phone, text, and call to just check in on mom, see how she's doing with the transition into motherhood and the new dynamic of her family. And whenever she comes in for her WIC appointment to certify her infant, our nutritionists, or we call them nutrition specialists, they hand moms a PHQ-2 form that they fill out, and they check on them mentally as well. And so when a mom scores high on the PHQ-2 or expresses concern for things that they're dealing with, whether it's, the common baby blues, common, hormonal changes that makes every woman just kind of feeling out of her norm, or more serious, we do refer to 988, which is a Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's a nationwide crisis center that provides free and confidential support. So not only is it accessible and immediate support from all ranges of mental health issues, which could be during prenatal season, postpartum, anytime that mother or family member is experiencing something related to mental health disorders, they're going to be able to reach someone that can help them and get them connected to a provider, and then also do follow-up phone calls and check-ins to make sure that they did get connected with a provider. And then our own team itself does a lot of follow-up calls with moms as scheduled appointments of just a phone call. So we know we need to call and check up on mom and make sure she's feeling supported. There's nothing else that we need to be doing for her, and gives her ample time to reach out and be open and honest and vulnerable with our WIC team, because we've been there through pregnancy with her. We're there postpartum. We're checking on her weekly, making sure her and her family know that there is help out there and that they are fully supported.
Jennifer, I know that referral piece that we were just talking about is really important. Can you tell us more about how that takes place in your community?
Sure. So one of the four pillars of WIC is providing community referrals. So across the country, we're all doing this. Making referrals is just a big part of the job. So we're going to always ask a variety of questions to best assess how else we can help the participant. We may provide nutritional referrals if families are reporting food insecurity, or perhaps breastfeeding referrals if there are concerns beyond our own scope. If a woman reports any sort of mental health concern, we may make a referral to a local counselor or maybe even the care manager in her OB office. Here in Buncombe County, we also have the Nurse Family Partnership Program, which is amazing. It links families up with a nurse who follows mom ideally through her pregnancy and until the child is 2, and helps with a variety of different things, and just kind of helps keep mom and baby connected to community resources, community referrals, and just seeing that all of their needs are being met.
Some mothers might be nervous to open up about PPD. They may be reluctant to talk about their feelings. Kimberly, what would you say to a mother who might be feeling that way? And is there any risk if they share some of this with their WIC counselor?
There is absolutely no risk at all. We are here to help, and trust is very important. We tend to build very good rapport with our participants, and we'll listen to your needs and help you get the resources you need.
And Laura, we also want to assure moms that their information will remain confidential, right?
Yes, all the participants' information is confidential, and anything she shares with us, whether it's family situation or their health, mental health, we just want to support her and their whole family. And we are there to give her all the empowerment and encouragement to be the voice for herself and for her infant.
Laura, another concern that some women have, in addition to feeling nervous about talking to their feelings, it may be cultural. There's stigma involved with speaking out about how you feel. How does WIC handle situations like that and working with different communities who may not want to open up about their feelings?
Absolutely. There's stigma for all cultures on anyone reaching out for mental health or reaching out for help in general. I know for the First American communities, which is what we serve here at the Chickasaw Nation WIC agency, along with non-First Americans, we need to be understanding, culturally competent, and sensitive to their cultural practices, their traditional beliefs, because that's going to affect them wanting to reach out. That's going to affect how they reach out and how they feel is best that they follow through with referrals and treatment plans and talking with someone and being vulnerable in such a vulnerable state themselves. But we also have to understand that there may be some historical trauma that we're dealing with, because that is going to impact not just mental health services, but them reaching out and being vulnerable and honest about what they're going through.
For mothers who are interested in connecting with a WIC provider, how do we get them started, Kimberly? What's the first step?
So there is a website you can go to. It's signupwic.com, or you can call a 1-800 number. It's 844-601-6881. And that will link you with a local WIC community or WIC office in your area.
And Jenny, if you could tell us more about the logistics, is there a charge? Once a woman is interested in participating, how does that start?
So WIC is absolutely free from the time a woman finds out she is pregnant until the time that child turns 5. We also offer a variety of breastfeeding support and also breast pumps. And again, all of that is free of charge to the participant.
Well, as we wrap up this video, I'd like to ask what you would say to moms who are joining us and watching this, and if they're experiencing some symptoms of PPD. Jenny, what would you want to say to a mom who is going through something difficult?
Yeah, whether you're in Chickasaw Nation or Buncombe County or out in Ohio, what we want you to know nationwide is that WIC is here for you. We're going to ask you probing questions, not only about your health and nutrition, but also about social situations and potential life stressors. If anxiety, depression, or any other mental health concerns come up, we're going to ask if a doctor or a counselor is involved. We're going to figure out how best we can help you. Another thing that I always tend to do, and I would imagine other nutritionists do as well, if a woman discloses to me that she has a mental health concern during pregnancy, I'm going to let her know that she's at a higher risk for postpartum mental health concerns. We're going to discuss those signs and symptoms, encourage her to reach out to her doctor if anything comes up during her pregnancy and up to 1 year after delivery. I think it's really important to normalize postpartum depression, remind women that 1 in 8 will experience it. And, WIC is we're here to support you along your journey, becoming a mom, being a mom. And you're not alone during this time. We're here to help you.
That's an important message. I know that all of you share that message on a daily basis. And Kimberly, I'd like to ask you, in the work that you do and the screening that you are doing, any final thoughts or words of encouragement for moms who are watching?
Yeah, we are definitely here to help you and connect you with the resources that you need. And it is specific to you. You're not alone, and it's okay to ask for help.
Thank you. Laura, I know you have a personal experience with this, and that has shaped the work that you do. Would you like to share some about that, and also maybe a success story or an inspiring moment that stands out to you?
Yeah, and I was actually a participant with WIC with my second child when I had experienced a lot of changes in my life personally, lost a lot of great loved ones in a short amount of time, and was really struggling. And it was at one of my breastfeeding support appointments that I was at that I was just experiencing a lot of emotion. And my lactation consultant actually asked me specific questions along of the, mental health issues, just what it was that I was feeling, and the majority of the day, how am I feeling? And I kept brushing it off as, oh, it's just normal postpartum, like sadness, like it's gonna be there. There's really nothing to do about it. And she really encouraged me to reach out to my healthcare provider because she felt like it was definitely more. And having my husband there with me to express what he was seeing, because a lot of times I think as women, we want to not just be looked at as capable, but we want to be looked at as strong. And if we are too vulnerable, especially about mental health. We feel weak, and we don't feel capable, and we don't feel like we're superwomen. And, as a mom, that's what we want. So I think it's really important to have someone in your support circle to go to these appointments with you, because they can express some concerns that they have as well. And that's what motivated me to reach out to my healthcare provider, to be evaluated for postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety, which was exactly what I was dealing with. And honestly, it gave me a sense of normalcy, because I realized, okay, I'm not making this up. Like, I am really struggling here, because I know a lot of moms, they tend to say, oh, I don't need this appointment. I don't need to look into this. If other family members have more important things, my child needs this, my child needs that, but your family needs the healthiest version of you as well. And to be a great mom, and to be someone that can handle things, we do have to put ourselves first, especially when it comes to mental health concerns, so that we can be our best possible version of ourselves that we can be.
Laura, Kimberly, and Jenny, thank you so much for these inspiring words and for telling us more about what you do on a daily basis. We appreciate your time today for this important discussion. We also thank all of our viewers, and we hope you'll join us for the additional videos on this important topic. Thank you for your time.